all have our own thoughts on everything. In the end, though, everyone wants to be happy, and everything you do in life will help you to get closer to that ultimate goal. Welcome back, our viewers. Tonight we're having with us our special guest. He is known as an artist. He already achieved a lot, and he had workshops and galleries not in just Kuwait. Tonight we're going to learn more about him. Please welcome with us Mr. Asad Bunashi. Welcome, Mr. Asad. We are really glad to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
Of course, it's a pleasure to have you here in Achievement, and we'd like to know more about you and how you started in your passion.
Yeah, actually I started when I was young, very young. I loved art, and my life always with art. In the beginning, I think I started with watching my bigger sister. She worked on the wall. And I was, I think, 6 years old or 7 years old, something like that. And I was wondering how can someone can create things on the wall like that, to study art, colors. And I was interested with that. So I study it, and I love it.
Of course, I think it's very important, especially to grow up around artistic families such as your sister, someone you look up to, and see such beautiful art painted on the wall, to actually have these kind of desires at a very young age and know what to do with them. And you actually pursue that. I think that's amazing to know from a very young age. It can be sometimes hard to know what you want. I think a lot of people usually struggle with that.
Oh, yes.
It's really wonderful when you have this home background with you. Since you started, as you said, since you were like 6 years old, and you already like see your sister and wondered how can that be happening.
Yeah.
So can you tell us how did your home background affected you on your journey?
Yeah, I was really copying in the first some characters in animations and Walt Disney and many cartoons. Also, I was interested with how to create the figures, the imaginations. I remembered one day in the school, the teacher of art, he asked about making some subject about sport. And my friends, they all, you know, as in Kuwait, we love football very much, and all the class, they're drawing footballs, like making a square, and people, they playing something inside football. But I was thinking to make someone different, I make gymnastic. Someone makes some move about gymnastic, and the teacher, he was looking to my paintings and my drawing. I said, why you are like that? Why you do something different like this? Because I loved it. I always wanted to be to make something different, something new and different. And at the same time, I was a gymnastic player.
Okay, so this is very interesting. You actually incorporated something that you love as a sport into your painting, because you were also a gymnastic player. Because most of the players you mentioned, the students were interested in football, but you had something different. You already started with something different than the rest. I think it's very important, Abdulatif, to actually begin a sport or a passion, not something ordinary that everyone is doing, but try to do something different that you might, you might actually enjoy. You don't know what's the other types of sports or painting or type of colors, for example. Because earlier we were talking, you prefer oil painting. And I think that's very interesting. So what really got you into that kind of drawing? The artistic side, the oil painting, some of the drawings we just saw right here, I think, in this pamphlet. And I think this is really amazing. Our dear viewers, this is some of the work he just did, and I think it's beautiful.
I think it's about the Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, yes. Children of War, Hiroshima. It was my last exhibition in 2012. 22. It was in August, last August. I started to make this subject to show the people what I'm thinking about it, about the children of war. Especially the title, Hiroshima, and I took Hiroshima as example to show the people that children, they should be safe, even if I have maybe a problem with someone else. And this subject, and in this situation, not only in war, even in families, even in neighbors, even in villages, if we have some problem between any different people, we need to make the children safe. So I started to make 40 oil paintings about this story, and I bring the Hiroshima example.
I think it's very important, Abdul, to actually be passionate about a cause and put through your emotion throughout your paintings. And
It's
for
push
you
through also and help you.
I think it's very important to convey your emotions. Sometimes you can feel stressful. Sometimes you have you're overwhelmed with emotions.
And you can translate these emotions
Of course.
into the painting that you are doing.
And Abdulaziz was
It supports
asking me
a lot.
earlier a question you wanted to ask him at the beginning of the show. You had a question about how he started painting, especially in oil, because you mentioned you prefer oil paintings.
Yeah, it was studying actually. I study after when I graduated from basic education in college. I tried to study art, and I was influenced to Salvador Dali. He's one of the biggest artists back then, and I buy his books, and I really need to understand how he created the idea, and this is what's important about. So I made my first exhibition 2002. It was called Out of Reality, and it was just out of box in something new, surrealism art, imagination. Look like, for example, one of my paintings, it was someone go through the canvas, out of the canvas, like that. And
kind of like a 3D painting?
Like a 3D, yes.
I think that's very interesting to actually...
It's very special.
Yeah.
Yes.
And motivating.
And the idea is to always talk about try to challenge yourself, try to do something new. The subject was out of reality, so you need to find the new way in your life and to create something new. And this is what about life. We have to do something always
outside the box. Something
the box.
Not ordinary. Try to do
Yes,
something new every time.
You have also to do something special, but also there's something good in art that I always admire. And I think it's that in art, and I've heard this word from 11-year-old girl, and she told me that she loves art because there's no right and wrong in art. And she told me that's why she loves art.
Yeah,
do you agree with that?
She's wise. Yeah, actually this is the point about art. Artists take you different way to in this moment, and the most important, it's to live this moment, because we should live this moment. We don't have to think too much about the past, and we don't have to worry about the future. We need to think about the moment that you are making these paintings. This is the most important one. So you can go deep inside these paintings, so you understand, you think, the thoughts will come inside your mind, and you started to express it as a picture. So this moment, nobody can tell you yes or no or wrong.
You can do that or you cannot do that. Because in art, whatever you feel, whatever you think about, if it was like something make you happy or make you sad, you can translate it into the things and show it to the world. And I think that it's really wonderful. Like the gallery that you did here in Kuwait,
Yeah.
I think it's